builder. A guy who's a humble man, but about to be a part of an amazing thing that's going to happen. His name is Al Larson, and why don't you give him a warm welcome?
It's amazing when we took this on, the challenge on, in our office. We thought about it for just a little bit and said, yeah, we'll do this. We can do it. And so then we started sending out calls and emails and different things, and the response has been tremendous. I mean, you wouldn't hardly believe the response we get when we're asking for $20,000 for the rafters, $50,000 for roofing, and it's just a lot of yeses right now. Plus cash, they throw in some cash to come with it.
So some of the items and services we are still in need of are computers, seamstress, photo enlargers and framers, furniture refinishers, books, clothes, fabric, florist, muralist, and lastly, we're looking for a furniture company to provide to the entire house. So if any of you guys can provide any of these or have any contacts, please come see us after the Pep Rally.
With that being said, I'm going to hand the microphone over to Conrad, and he can introduce his crew of people. Okay? Thank you.
Good morning, Albert Lea. Ricketts County. Wow, what a turnout. I think this may be one of the largest turnouts we've seen. And thank you for taking the time to come out today. And the reason why we've asked you here today is that we want you to see how we do this so that you can realize you don't need us. You don't need Ty Pennington or Hollywood or cameras to make a difference in your own neighborhood, to change someone else's life. One day you're liable to look across the street at that old woman you've known all your life since you were a little kid and find her in a wheelchair and she's staring at a bunch of stairs and a door she can't get through. You can bring your neighbors together and build a ramp in one day. One day you can make that difference. Maybe it's something as simple as taking out the trash. Or you wonder why the neighbor's yard is never mowed. If you take the time to find out, maybe you'll find out it's impossible for that person to mow their yard. And you've got to mow it. Joining us for this one family, we get 35,000 applications a day, 10 to 15,000 people a week contact us. But I can only help 22 families. This is like no other job sites you've ever been on in your life. First of all, we will shut down roads for blocks around. We turn them into one way. We can't have two-way traffic. It becomes a cluster. It is typical within the first 24 hours, several hundred semi-trucks will be dropping off materials and supplies. There will be a material staging area, but most importantly, there will be a check-in area. Every volunteer, sub-trade, everyone first must go to a check-in area. In that check-in area, there are several things. There are 3 pieces of paperwork that everybody has to sign. The first piece of paperwork is a liability release. You are a volunteer. The second piece of paperwork is a photo release, and I can put you on television, any medium I can think of, in the universe forever and ever and ever, and I don't have to use makeup. The third one is called a trade-out agreement. Now, this is very important. Subs, trades, everyone who's giving materials and supplies, you have to fill out that trade-out agreement. And the reason for that is we're going to list you onto abc.com. And you will see from the very first house we've ever built to the last house we built, and we will list everybody that owns a company that has given materials and supplies. We will put your name, we will put what you did, a telephone number, and or a web address. If you do not fill that trade-out agreement, the person back in Los Angeles who's never going to be out here doesn't know the list. Now, once you do and you're going to check-in, you'll be held there. Now, if I have subs and trades here today, bring the tools that you use every day. There's not a semi-truck filled with craftsman tools out there. So if you use extension cords, ladders, lights, whatever you use, bring it. If I have electricians and plumbers here today, I know you work out of your trucks. Please try to condense it down to one truck for me. If anybody pulls up a vehicle within the job site, and we have our security detail. So please don't yell at the security guys, because their job is to hold you into place until it's your time to get there, so that it all moves 106 hours. You've got to be very careful about this, so don't yell at the security people just because they're holding you for a second. I'd asked ABC to give this away to the Middle East, and they did one better than that. It is in 69 countries. 2 weeks after the show airs, 2 weeks to 2 months after the show airs, airs Angola, Argentina, Australia, beyond Bolivia, Bosnia, Syria, Ukraine, United Arab Emirates, United Kingdom, Uruguay, Vatican City, Yemen, and Zambia. 1 billion people. 1 billion people will see your community, your state, and this nation. We don't know how to build a house. We look for the community to come together. We look for a builder that's willing to waive their fee, have the strength for every sub and trade to volunteer their time. If Al didn't tell you, we really don't build houses in 7 days like they say on television. That's just Hollywood. They're done in 106 hours. Yeah, from the time you start to the time you finish, you have 106 hours, and we always brought a family home on time. And what I love about this is everybody comes to it thinking they're going to change the family's life. But in the process, they change their own life. Everybody comes to it and says, it's impossible. You can't do this in 106 hours. You can't build a quality house in 106 hours. It's impossible. Hundreds, if not thousands of people who don't know each other, who've never met the family, come together and make the impossible happen. And in that process, you will realize if I can make the impossible happen for someone I don't know, I can make the impossible happen for myself. I'm not going to be able to talk to you about the family today because they don't know we're coming. They're praying, but they don't know. 100 families we've been able to help. That very first family set us on the path that we're on.